This is Tammy, and today on Wings and Wheels, I want to talk to you about something very serious. I've been noticing lately, I've had several people come to me and they've called or they've texted or, whatever, and most of them have been prophets, or at least prophetic people, and they've been coming and they've been talking about things going on in their lives, and I've been noticing a pattern, and I feel like there is an attack right now on the prophets. And so I want to come to you, and I just want to say, if you're a prophet or if you're a prophetic person and you're under this kind of an attack, I want you to know that you're not alone. Many people have been overwhelmed with their circumstances, and maybe there's an initial something that happens, and you're so busy trying to put out that fire, so to speak, that all these other things pop up, and everything is suddenly overwhelming. People have become self-destructive in their thought processes. People have become burnout. People have just been so overwhelmed they're ready to give up. And some have even been close to just losing their minds, literally, altogether. It's a very serious attack. And so I just wanted to talk about this for a moment and just say, first of all, again, you're not alone. You're not alone. Many people are experiencing this at the same time. Also, the reason why I believe that it's being able to be carried out like this is because of the lies of the enemy. Be careful that you're not believing lies of the enemy. If we look at Genesis chapter 3, that's where the first lie came into being in the earth. And the law of first mention shows us that when something is first mentioned in the Bible, that sets the standard for what happens. And so in Genesis chapter 3, you know the story. The serpent comes to Eve and says, did God really say that you must not eat of any tree in the garden? And see, so the serpent, first of all, planted seeds of doubt in her mind. And then she was confused and there was chaos. And she said, well, he didn't say no, that we couldn't eat of any tree. He said we couldn't eat of that tree and we can't even touch it. But see, that's not what God said. She had gotten confused, and that perversion only means a twisting of the truth. That perversion came in and she perverted the truth. And then Adam was sitting right next to her. So she eats from the fruit, he eats from the fruit, and he was right next to her. And he's the one that heard God say, do not eat from that tree, lest you die, right? They ate from the fruit, and we know the story. Suddenly they realized they were naked. So the first shame entered the world. All of this chaos came about because of that very first perversion, that very first lie. Don't believe the lies of the enemy. Don't get caught up in that. Don't do it. You see, when they realized they were naked, they hid themselves from God. And we know Apostle Lisa teaches us all the time that prophets love to hide in their cave. They like to have their alone time. And it's alone time with Jesus sometimes, but really just being away from people. And that can be very dangerous at this time. If you are under this attack, it is dangerous for you to be in your cave. Because when one sheep is away from the rest of the pack, the rest of the herd, that's when the wolf can come in and steal that sheep and steal, kill, and destroy. Ministries can be destroyed by this. Lives can actually be lost by this. This is not a small battle that we're in. This is not a small attack that we're under. And I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I wanted to warn you that this is something that is occurring throughout many places. I actually got word from someone who was speaking with an apostle up in Michigan, and she actually was calling and saying, hey, there is an attack, and she described it exactly the way that I described it. And it's not a small thing. It's not fun and games. If you're experiencing this kind of an attack and you thought you were the only one, the good news is you're not. The good news also is there is a way out. You have to get in the fire. You have to worship God and worship God and worship God until he shows up, and let the fire get on you and burn off anything that's hindering you from God. To burn off all those lies and any spirit of self-pity that might be trying to jump on anybody. You have to get in the fire. It's the only way. If you need to speak with someone, please call our office. Call your pastor. Your pastor's there to help you. If you cannot get a hold of somebody else, please please call our office. We would be glad to help, to talk with you and to pray with you. Our number is 785-330-3569. Please don't think that you can do this by yourself. If you cannot break through in the fire, you need to call somebody. You need to have help pushing through the attack that is on you. And so I just bless you. I want you to know it's okay for you to experience problems. It's okay. Sometimes in Christian circles, we don't think it's okay. We don't think that we can ever tell somebody that we're going through something because, oh my gosh, that would mean we're like a real person. But you know what? We are real people. Jesus was a real person. Jesus wept. Jesus ate. He slept. Jesus was real, and we're called to be like Christ, so we need to be real people too. It's okay to tell someone if you're hurting or if you're losing it for whatever reason. It's okay. But make sure, absolutely make sure that you're going to God and getting in the fire. That's the only way to break through this. Get in the fire. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time on Wings and Wheels.